Yeah.
About the way we feel.
Do you think there's any world where Kerrigan takes Nuke from Nico? Excuse me, takes Yard from Nico?
No.
Okay,
no, not
but
won't happen.
This is the same Kerrigan that at one point did take Rain off of Yard on FaZe Clan. Think about that. When a Liege replaced Rain outside. Crazy things have happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that conversation was between Rain and a Liege. I think Rain also said he kind of wanted to make him feel comfortable.
Oh, what a nice guy.
A certain amount of that's important to make sure that the team succeeds, that everyone feels comfortable. And yeah, no, that was just tough. Because it's like, why would you want two great Yard players and one of them can't play Yard? So
God, here we are, still talking about FaZe Clan Kerrigan.
That's true. I don't know if that'll stop for... I think it'll be a couple more years of that, to be honest. Still getting used to him in this new jersey, but from what we saw yesterday, it's a good start. It's a very good start. But this will be a way harder team. I think this will be a bigger step up than what we saw versus, with FURIA going from Monte to Heroic. I think this is a bigger level up, a nice test here for Falcons.
Ramp duel inbound. Kyosuke popped very quickly, but you've got MongolZ off into the corner, bolstered by Kerrigan right behind him. And then Luchov, a little labored to get that one as TeSeS gets active in through the lobby. Flank and DGT's lower control is pretty much worthless. He doesn't have the bomb and he doesn't have any more teammates to work with, but a 1 minute 1v3. It's doable. But all three players remaining here for Falcons layered for this chase. If you step forward, DGT, you should be ripped limb from limb. Should be. Gets a couple shots off. Confirms the bodies and is very low health now at 21 points of HP.
Just the sheer amount of time it's going to take to get all the way back to trophy. I don't even know how you're going to pull that one off.
Unsilenced USP. MongolZ, if I'm not mistaken, has no extra magazines. He is on his last mag right now. 12 bullets, 0 surplus.
This is the checkmate position. I mean, how do
it is.
Now, okay, test. I mean, they're not thinking about
20 seconds.
He goes vent.
They still haven't considered. There's no way.
Oh! He made the right play.
When you think. Just when you think.
Really nice try. Everything starting off swimmingly for Finn.
I love the formation of this Falcons when you think of the wealth of experience on the extremities in Nico and TeSeS, and then the young blood in Kyosuke and MongolZ in the middle, all propped up around Kerrigan in the center. Come on.
Kerrigan sandwich.
If it's not a recipe for success. It's like a Big Mac, 3 pieces of bread.
Nico's bread.
It's a meaty roster, Mo. We have temporarily crowned FURIA the best team in Astana off of their performance so far and their back-to-back wins. We'll see whether Falcons can kind of disrupt that with the level of victory.
Yeah, they're like the grand finals lock until further notice type of thing, and now we're going to see if Falcons are the other one.
Because Falcons did let their opposition back into the first map, or the second map. Ancient got close by the end yesterday. And, Spirit up against bigger opposition than maybe Heroic in the sense that they played MongolZ, but Spirit also kind of let their opponents back into games, struggled to close out, etc.
I was really loving what I was seeing from MongolZ as well yesterday. Just movements looking nice, very sharp.
Is MongolZ the best opera that Kerrigan has ever played with? He said it is. Do you believe it?
Wow. I mean, there's Guardian.
The Guardian's the big one. Think about it.
Wait, device?
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Done for. See you later.
That's kind of insane, actually.
It is insane when you think about.
I mean...
That's why you can't think about it too much.
You know how I feel about MongolZ. I'm waiting for this guy to get #1 eventually. But, yeah, that is kind of a... Whenever you make a statement like that, you're throwing shade at everyone else that... And also, in the perspective of, like, rankings, top player rankings and accolades and stuff.
It's a bold claim.
Like, I'm down for the claim. I'm down for
100%.
it. I'm just, we have to recognize that means that's Device and Guardian and 2021 Brokey. 2022 Brokey.
First guns for 9Z.
I feel like even just like you're just with Brokey for like 7 years.
Yeah. It's not like Brokey's dead.
Whatever.
Had to read that.
What he really thinks. I'm down for the honesty. Nice entry. Oh, nice couple of entries.
Mayern finding that on Kerrigan is going to send a message over to Falcons. The guns are going to make a difference this game. Beautiful pop out. Very sudden, I would say, with that move from 9Z, flooding into the back and the front of the bomb site, taking that duel towards main.
People always say nutso stuff when they move to new teams, though, right away.
Yes.
Like, unbelievable things too quickly. We'll get into that in a second. The CTs are not coming for this, but there could definitely be more casualties. It'll be them defending. Remember when Device went to NIP?
I do.
And he was like, yeah, we got pretty lucky with some of the map rotations that happened during the Astralis era. And everyone was like, what are you talking about right now?
Talking about, bro.
You're minimizing your own era.
What the hell are you talking about?
But it's all in service of who you're committed to now. And I mean, Kerrigan's coming to this team. Wants to start off right. He's taking a big career risk, just a reputational risk, and coming over to this lineup, and with the immediacy of the situation and how much of a slight it felt like obviously what solves it all is winning.
Straight up.
And
it's what everybody is here for.
Yeah.
End of the day.
Yeah. And he was looking out for himself, but I also respect just, making the move you feel like is best for your career. I think at the end of the day, you've just got to do that. How everybody else feels about it is so tertiary.
Very thick smoke outside, and Luchov's able to cross without taking too much damage. Nico on the hunt, however. Does not line up that spam. He's got 8 bullets left for one more burst. Can he nail that one? Doesn't try. Kerrigan slipping down into Decon stairs. He's going to have his hands full in the moment. As this Luchov-Mayern trade potential is looking to get bolstered. Max and HUASOPEEK also trying to inch their way outdoors. We hit 50 seconds, and Kerrigan still not given this duel. That's going to be the bomb confirmed lower. Slams that door shut. Kyosuke still remains up in heaven as Max is trying to slip the net down beneath him. MonTe worried about that, but starts to run away. They have definitely gotten down beneath. Kyosuke's about to spot it. That's Waso dead.
Whoa.
Second player's gonna catch him off guard. And now you'd think that would turn MonTe around, but MonTe's able to help Kerrigan downstairs before turning back. And a bit of disjointedness here between the two 9Z pieces allows for MonTe to help lower and also still hold off the flank. Rock solid rebuttal out of Falcons in round 4.
Totally. Great spots. And I mean, yeah, 9Z just didn't have the complete picture that they thought with where everyone was. Kept having to turn around and finding new CTs, supplanting the next position. So PGP will keep his gun at least, but an excellent start here for Falcons. And I'll say it again, I'm loving the Zonic clipboard.
Yeah, you think it's going to level up his game?
As opposed to the typical loose papers that most people have. Binder's just too floppy and not very becoming, but clipboard. That's dignified.
Fast moves. Gonna try to challenge that A site again. Tesses is the guy with the double. And on top of that, HUASOPEEK working with 20 health. We do still get Max outside of Squeaky. Now he's tagged. And the cleanup's made all the easier thanks to Kerrigan and MonTe's damage assists. Hut challenge out of Mayern, the guy with the Tech 9, not the guy you'd want left in this clutch. Working with the least. We'd see 9Z take over that A site previously for their 1-round win, so trying to tap back into that electricity. And unfortunately for them, Falcons were very ready to shut that down swiftly.
Yeah, crazy, crazy call to make it another upper pop. And the real risk of it, you lose a round like this, where it goes so well that you just don't even get kills off the back of it. CT economy grows a lot. They're not going to be worried about this for the next few rounds. Oh, now he's just dead here. 4 up for Falcons. Very successful round. And it's nice when you this early on, 2 upper pops come your way. You clean house on 1. You know the other team's saving.
Yep. Setting yourself up for a wonderful CT half.
Yeah, you set yourself up a just crushing position. And Nico's got 8K.
Monte's yet to die. Every other player here for Falcons has kills. 3 of them are, 4 frags deep. Kerrigan bringing up the rear. It's kind of like early win conditions put in place by Falcons. That 1-round win from MongolZ put things on notice. But here's a chance to flex the advantage. Oh, 97 damage on that nade. I feel like if you're Luchov, you almost just wish that had killed you. Just get it over with. At least that way you can say, yeah, I died to it.
He had to downgrade from a Tech 9 to a Claw.
Like, do you really want to live out the rest of this round? You could have leaned back in your chair.
No, but what he can offer is that he can jump out. Jump out first. That's what he can give to his team right now.
Oh, yay. That sounds fun. HUASOPEEK's AK blasted out of the round. And Luchov in the backdrop, that's the bomb down as Nico extends into the lobby momentarily. He's going to draw the Tech 9 back at him, and Nico absolutely shredding through the squeaky door. That's his quad kill secured, making mincemeat of the very little that MongolZ unfortunately had to work with this round. They were hoping that the solo AK would put a dent in Falcons, but it has not. The wells of wealth for Falcons not nearly drying up yet. Yes?
There was a good amount of hype for MongolZ coming into this matchup, and we've seen Max call for this team for a long time, and he's put his style on it. Like, we know in those mid-rounds how interesting they can make it. They're very good at causing rotations and punching upwards, but they're not even getting close to those spots right now. Again, their 1 round they won was just a really fast.
Simo, there was also reasons to be excited about Heroic. There was reasons to believe in Monte.
No.
And there was reasons to believe in... But there are levels to this game of Counter-Strike.
Yep.
Falcons and FURIA looking to separate themselves from the pack. Playing a dangerous game, Waso. Dead to the first shot of MongolZ, who is still without a death so far here on map 1. Seeing that presence on Silo has them believing that these smokes are not a fake, that there are bodies beyond it, and so we get that early move from Kerrigan down in vents again, and he is correct, but instead of playing passively this time, he gets a little more forward. He wants a piece of the action. Yeah?
Got 1 on half HP.
Right here for the taking. Gonna blindside you with the forward position. It's a nice change up from Kerrigan. Not clean enough to double down on it. But Max has dropped to 42 HP, Luchov 48 HP. This is not ideal for the players lower. They're hoping maybe DGT can do something before they have to make a commitment. And they've got the time to take their time for now.
Looks like Tessus might be in the golden spot if he goes back to opposite vent. Hasn't really left the site. Even though there's 4 up, they haven't made a real big risk here. They're watching outside, so depending on how much time gets bought, Nico gets up into heaven. There will be no molly to him. Oh, wait, actually, Max has one, but he's in the vent. That's not happening. But the longer this goes, the more suspicious they're going to be it's upper, I feel like. Oh, he made a noise. Oh!
Still wins it.
That's huge.
Round is suddenly alive. Trying to get ahead of this. Oh, Kyosuke. Yeah, he'll be caught by it. I thought maybe with a knife out, but even then, DGT extends just that little bit further, and that is going to be Falcons setting up Nico with this flash instead, but fire at his feet. He's going to burn a little bit, goes wide, player down beneath his blind, and it's a clean transition here for Nico, who does have a kit to defuse this. MongolZ now up in the heavens, has this covered. DGT called forth, but he's missed his chance to finish off MongolZ. Nico with all 3 kills in the retake, the defuse to boot, and Falcons to the 6-1 lead.
Crazy how good Nico looks as well today. Had a couple of good rounds yesterday, but it wasn't like star form necessarily between him and MongolZ. I don't know if they're letting anything go by now. This is a nice kill from DGT. An even better second one, but like, I think it kind of screwed him up that that volley landed kind of well timed. You wouldn't expect someone to stand in it. And I think Nico would have fallen out of it if the flash wasn't already on its way.
Another fast clash set up by MongolZ, but
still yet to die.
An opening death. And those deaths, never MongolZ's. Kerrigan will be popped by DGT. They are thinking about this pocket, but it's not cleared thoroughly. And so Nico, with a chance to find a second one, will be denied his multi-frag this time. MongolZ remains on the hunt, and he's got the cover of TSS up here on Mustang to clear out DGT and take man advantage right back. So every moment that MongolZ feel like they've got their hands back on this round, it is Falcons to extend that man advantage back over top of them.
Just too many good players roaming around. Now, maybe this is the first round that MongolZ dies, maybe. He's coming in, he's going to be a little bit aggressive. But this just seems like the winning move at this point. Bomb's outside, so surely going to jump or try to get together for mini. But everybody's enclosing on the A site. Tessa says HUD control.
Ooh.
This might be weird for them, because now they'll tell Kyosuke that potentially Secret was a problem, that was open. They might be walking it towards ramp after this. I'm not sure. They know they have a gap, but... Oh yeah, they will see the bomb, actually. Oh. And MongolZ still not dying. 9-0.
9-0, 2-0 in opening duels after this round, as he secured the first kill. Oh, and he's going to find the last frag of this round as well.
Nice fucking nice in the fucking skies.
Looking like the best opper Kerrigan has ever played with. His words.
I almost feel crazy even joking about it, but...
Not mine. If he's going to make that claim, I'm very excited to see what kind of value Kerrigan can get out of a guy like MongolZ, who is holding up his end of the bargain and then some right now.
Kerrigan's played with Simple, too. Kerrigan's played with Simple.
Yeah, Kerrigan said, did I stutter?
Kerrigan's played with Simple, Device, Guardian, Brokey, and... Pimp?
Poor guy. Flashbangs for Kyosuke to have to stomach. The Tech-9 gets through him without him finding a kill in that. Now you've got HUASOPEEK on a rifle, on top of the one DGT bought at the start of the round. Kerrigan swings the door, gets dinked instantly. Dangerous now for him suddenly. He'll be blinded, still brings one down with him, and the multi-frag from Max. A sudden pop out of MongolZ as Kyosuke doesn't hold up his end of the bargain with any kind of a ramp hold, and so the retake's on.
Why is MongolZ even still here? Is he really going to find a way to get a kill?
Come on, him and Nico are currently 23-2. Make it 23-3. MongolZ's first death as the Hail Mary B-site retake is still being pieced together. He's got the utility to try to flush somebody out, but there's nobody down in the back of that site. It is behind the silo on the shelf that DGT will strike. And that is kind of what MongolZ needed. A bit of a lifeline, a Hail Mary moment as they just gunned down Kyosuke in the ramp to secure a second T-side win.
I think Falcons are kind of only willing to even go for this because they've got so much money to work with. And this is a half-buy win because, again, yeah, like you said, they take out Kyosuke, no trades in sight, and just want to bring them as low as possible. So only 3 kills for Falcons right there. They'll take the SOP over to Mayern. Buy comes right back from Falcons. Again, healthy economy for them.
Nico trying to extract more value out of these red positions. Ops now trying to hunt him down as he's on the retreat. MongolZ's only death in a 2v4 retake attempt, so it doesn't really count. Right?
Yeah, it's like half. Yeah,
it's not his fault that he was in an unwinnable position.
They're getting lurky, but it looks like Luchov is going to make it to Secret. Oh, maybe not at all,
Was that
actually.
Mohan?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't.
Huh?
Thought there was a pretty good chance there.
A little bit of caster witchcraft for you. You did say looks like.
Yeah.
And it did look like that was true. Oh. MongolZ will collect that kill versus Max. And the bomb gets absolutely stuffed with the Kyosuke activation. It is yet again a one-off round win for the side of 9Z. Kerrigan just wants to hit somebody.
I wonder if MongolZ is the best op that Zonic's ever played with. Because then you have to throw in Zywoo too, and
That's a great question.
the list only grows. These guys have played with a lot of good players, man.
Nico 14-3, MongolZ 12-1. The rest of Falcons barely called on, but have held up their bargain for the most part against.
Yes, Kerrigan's ever played with Fall.
Yet. Never know. That's the plot twist. His quote-unquote retirement is just Fallen joining Falcons.
Kerrigan, Apex, Fallen, Crims, Olaf.
FaZe Clan 2027. Sorry, Waso. I didn't even see how you died, brother.
Yeah.
It happens all so fast when MongolZ's got the op in hand.
He's feeling it like this.
Wowza.
This is the MongolZ that can get #1.
I wish I could be MongolZ for just one day.
I'd take 10 minutes, man. I just clip farm for 10 minutes.
Smoke for Squeaky. That'll interrupt your plans here, 9Z, as clearly they were looking to get something going. Into the A site again. They've had one successful A rush, one successful Tech 9 ramp rush. That is the backbone of this T side so far. By the time that smoke fades, MongolZ's op is now on the line.
He's got a free shoulder.
Oh, this shot.
Oh.
He is dead. He has missed the shot and died. And Tesses is low, but still able to deliver a second frag.
Oh, that bomb. They got it. Oh, they missed the molly.
That opens the door for Kyosuke. He's looking to jump on them in a moment. And, missing the timing. Kerrigan back down the vent. A little IRL duck to keep himself alive. Luchov low, but DGT is still trying to keep this one up. And Nico in the rafters gets blasted out of the round. A whiff shot by MongolZ opens the threat of losing that A site. And DGT and Co do not waste the chance.
It was a really bad miss for sure. And it's, I think, his only one. At least on a totally open shot. They can still afford it. But it's also nice for 9Z. They pick up their third T-side round. Not been an incredibly fun nuke for them so far, but they might be able to get through it if they can end this half on a good note. They played together for like 8 days or something.
Who?
Kerrigan and MongolZ.
Oh, right.
Just leaves a good first impression.
You've been on the receiving end of that op for long enough.
True.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Become their leader.
Yeah, they kind of opened him with welcomed him with open arms. You can't say no to this opportunity if you are Kerrigan. No-brainer decision to join a roster like the Falcons. Nico has taken a step back from playing red this round. A little more free space for 9Z, but we'll see if they read it. Yeah, nice. Luchov slides that AK underneath Nico's nose. Man, advantage in the final round of the half.
Oh, he was quick to do that, man. Monte's not going to be aware of this move. Trade is great.
Let's max out, and Luchov.
No way he clears that.
Blindsides Monte, who, as we anticipated, would not have expected it. So a 2v4 demanded of the Falcons. And 9Z have put that bomb down on the A site. Luchov coming through with another insta-kill. And a Kyosuke retake queued up, but with 40 HP, a smoke in front of him, that's going to buy critical time for 9Z to just lock this in. And at the end of this T side, we're looking at a now commendable scoreline, because this is 9Z, sure, with only 4 rounds of a T side, but 4 rounds versus what has been a lights-out performance from Monte and Nico. And on top of that, economic problems with only now being able to string 2 rounds together. For the first time in this half, 9Z win 2 rounds back-to-back, and it is what secures them a 4-round T side.
They got through it. It's a good note. This round's the best of the bunch, I think, because they get Luchov to really shine, and he has been a workhorse for 9Z, absolutely. The game we casted last with him, I think he was really impressing us. And that's who they were relying on to be able to take an upset victory over Falcons. And I want to underscore how much of an upset that would be at this point, because we are seeing Falcons soar. They look incredibly strong. Everyone looks as comfortable as they do motivated. Individual form looks brilliant.
Any notes for Falcons? You didn't have any for FURIA.
I don't have any notes for Falcons. The only things that happened was like Kyosuke didn't get a kill on a ramp hold and Monte missed a really easy shot. MongolZ didn't miss any shots like that, and they didn't really have any anchors sort of fail at all. But like, you don't give notes for that. Just like, you know, that's okay. That happens, I guess.
Yeah, they know.
But in terms of the way they're moving and the way that they're calling, it's all perfect. You saw how good the rotations were, especially to lower.
Mayern getting active into the HUD off the flash. Oh, Beretta's trying to chase down Nico. Smooth moves from Mr. Kovac.
Yeah, really.
Able to get away from that one alive. I would say, shockingly, he is still alive.
Insane to navigate that blind and
Ooh.
Almost no damage.
Well placed Molotov will dislodge Luchov. Max seeing a back and gets dinked in the process. Glock activates outside, spotting 2, and Kerrigan's going to go down with nothing. So this is barely held onto, this 5 versus 3. The health of 3 members of 9Z, dangerously low. But if you could separate this next duel versus Kyosuke before there's any trade potential.
Plants coming down, Astralis. They have it ready to double swing the door as soon as anyone shoots. Maybe they triple it early.
It is a 5v3, but man, this health is dangerously low. It's not even headshots needed for the majority of the 9Z players left, but whiffing a chance there is Kyosuke. Now what would be a 2v5, 2v3. Monte's clutch offered up from Dark, whips around, and he just can't get it over HUASOPEEK. They will jump on top of that bomb with ample time for the defuse, and that is 9Z picking up a CT pistol win. A real chance now to make this game competitive.
Totally. Everything was cosmetic up until this point, but now that they've got their 4 rounds in the first half, they start off CT side with a pistol. We don't know if they're going to have any problems converting. We'll find out about that, obviously, right now. But this is now going to be a true test for the T side for Kerrigan. I think it will be most interesting to watch. Another great round for Luchov. Expecting his scoreline to bounce back.
4 of the last 5 rounds now, all coming up to the 9Z weight. Falcons will just buy themselves some time here. Smoke, Deagle, that is it. Hadn't realized how tough of a game Mayern was having until this graph kind of throws him under the bus. Sub 20 ADR, 13 rounds into the game. Think he hits this?
Yeah, today. But I feel like the peak needed to come out a little sooner when the focus went 100%. Oh, still gets that one in secret. It's insane stuff, and he's still ready for the first guy he wanted to fight. This is why we said conversions are not guaranteed. He's about to swing out of there.
MongolZ, you know damn well he's up here.
What's key for Falcons is keeping the round moving.
Dangerous, dude.
I don't even know if it's worth just dueling him, you know? All the way back here, 45 seconds remaining.
Smoke to threaten Squeaky.
Get snug in the vents could be a great idea.
Not gonna happen though. HUASOPEEK trying to add himself to the site hold now, and NiKo's got the kill through the smoke. That's wild. Mayern give it a chance to pad the stats. NiKo looking for number 3 in this round. He's already gotten great damage out with the Desert Eagle, but they'll keep that pressure on him, and majority survive here for MongolZ as they inch their way ever closer to a tied game. But that was just one Deagle and still 2 kills for the Falcons camp.
One thing we love about MongolZ is you can always see the self-belief, and you know, they come into almost every match that we've ever casted as the underdog. You know, because they're always the team that get to an international stage. Not the best of the crop playing local competition.
No off to counter that of MongolZ, who's already got angles held outside, but DGT kills Kyosuke. Thinking he was able to cross to the red box, instead denied, and a 5v4 in the Falcons' first gun round for the CT favor. NiKo right back up to the same sorts of duel. Remember, no op on the field for MongolZ, so it's not like he's going to get picked off of this. MongolZ actually very much has that advantage this round. No counterpart to counterpick him.
This is where I want to see how Kerrigan can keep the round moving along while they have a productive default.
NiKo's priming the flashbang. Gets MongolZ that much wider. Utility pressure on credit card, but still nobody flushed into this MongolZ duel. They really want to give him a chance to strike. TessS being clipped slightly by that push off of the ramp room. Unable to stop the retreat either. MongolZ piecing together the picture as DGT steps into the duel, still effectively dodging the MongolZ op all the while. And that's TessS. Attack from both sides. MongolZ keeping the pressure on. And with a 5 versus 2 in front of them now.
No chance. They don't have time. They've got to literally run downstairs. They're not even. They don't have inroads. Like, they don't have any kills down here, so they're just going to look for a place to save, and they really did fail to sort of keep the round moving forward. MongolZ were there, ready in all of these different spots outside, expecting a peak to come through. They didn't really have to get more aggressive than they did, so they played that excellently, and now there's real pressure on Falcons.
A lot of that setup was just about trying to get MongolZ a duel. We saw NiKo trying to flush somebody into the scope, using all that util, but MongolZ never even got a chance to shoot anybody.
And you can't wait until he finds a chance. You still have to have ideas to keep it going.
All while MongolZ remained active, right? Pinching into lobby, pressuring the trophy side, keeping TessS distracted as that solo T-lurk.
It's as if they just kept pretending they were about to swing for so long that there was no longer a round left to play.
Really just kind of dangled it in front of MongolZ and like a moth to the flame, stared at it until his demise. But Didn't die, so Op's still out here on the field with $0 in his bank account. We'll see what Monte may look like if he's kind of unleashed. Instead of passively waiting for a peek, what if he just goes for a pick? We'll see how they try to weaponize him here, but he will be the one gun for Falcons in this round.
I do think they want a half play to win this, but they also kind of want to, you know, they want to make sure he can stay alive just because of the state of their economy. It's a terrible position.
So far, more of the same. Just looking for somebody to overstep outside. Didn't happen last round the entire time. Why would this round be any different?
Oh, is scope? What is this, spotted? Oh, Nico covers that with a deagle.
That's fantastic.
It's unreal.
The difference this time is last round, Nico tried to use a lot of utility to flush somebody into the op. This time it's a dry peek versus Luchov that did land, right? That's why he's low.
Oh.
You've got a bomb down in B.
Wait, how the heck did they do this? No one was even up on the ramp?
There was 2 players between hell and heaven, and I guess that opened a door towards ramp room that Falcons just weaponized. We're so distracted with the hunt outside. Kyosuke's able to collect one. This is still a 3-player retake. But there's so much distance between everybody, they're just going to stick this defuse. Kyosuke's got to go for this. It's a 10-second stick, and the coverage is good enough. Monte's got to go wide, but it's not in time. And so he'll whiff his chance to find another frag. Yeesh, and lose the op after time.
No, the bomb was down.
Oh, right. Sorry. That
Felt like everything went wrong. Yeah. But yeah, he loses the op. I think what we were thinking about there was the fact that he had $0. So wanted to save that up no matter what happened this round.
How'd they get that bomb down B?
That was something cool because they actually found a way to make that up, like the distraction outside. Pulling guard on the ramp, I think 9Z knew they didn't have a full buy. And Falcons still found a way to use it against them, but went and tried to get a little bit too aggressive in the post plan, I suppose. Yeah, but not saving that op means Monte's now in a Galil. And Kyosuke's not taking over like he did yesterday, so it's not like they don't have enough other players that can, but now it's mostly between Nico and Monte.
7-1 Falcons lead to a tied game. Rafters player blasted out of the round. Kerrigan's Mac 10 tries to swing around the silos. And it's going to be TessS late with only 1.
Smoked.
Everybody else slain. And Nico, a little late to the party, has been playing lights out. But a 1v3 clutch in front of him. DGT going wide in the rafters. That's a fair first duel for him, but DGT's going to pick it up. And we've got 9Z with a lead, folks. A CT side advantage. Not a single terrorist round win so far for the Falcons.
Yeah, you know, we will be able to criticize them for this. Absolutely. 9Z really showing up and Falcons struggling a ton. Now, ideas are one thing, but execution's not necessarily there, and a couple of these rounds they are spinning their wheels a little bit, playing with the clock a little too long. This could also be because of the way that 9Z are playing the map, where again, it feels like they're active, but they're almost never taking any wrong peek. And so, in the default, Falcons are having trouble getting that early 5v4, just I think to give them the right to feel like they can go for the exec. But they can't get stun locked if that's going to continue for 9Z. Oh my goodness. And of all of that, it's the one tap just on that red cross that does it.
Kyosuke has been neutralized this game.
Yeah, totally.
It's a quiet approach through main, but while that smoke stays up, DGT is about to be worried about it. You'll find the backs turned awkward as Nico and TeSeS collect a kill apiece. It's a 2 versus 5. Massive ask of what's left of the Falcons with 25 seconds, but a lot of damage done here. This ends up being winnable for TeSeS, but they all peek in at the same time. Team play for 9Z remains fantastic, and they make sure to not make mistakes. Still, without a T-round win, are the Falcons.
The Fnatic mouse pad. You just gotta love this team. You have just got to love this team, man. Always punching up. Playing off each other extremely well. They're getting multi-kills. Triple peeping perfectly here in the 3v1 just to guarantee it. Yeah, there was a chance for TeSeS, but not with the chemistry that they've got to show. Money all screwed up for Falcons. They come into this with a half buy. Still a threat at all times, and in fact, their most impressive T-round so far was a round similar to this. Just don't have enough. Wow, perfect spot.
Dodging the flashes, controls the A4.
Absolutely fantastic.
And Mayern on the scene to just give that extra set of helping hands. Not even needed. No damage output whatsoever that round for Falcons. 9Z are simply sprinting to the finish line here on Nuke. A 7-1 Falcons lead blown out of the water. Whoa.
That's awesome. It could have been a 2-round T side. They ended up getting 4. They win just at the end of the first half, just enough to keep this game competitive, and now they have a huge gap. They haven't lost since round 10. Monte's stalled out here as soon as we got the T side. Started out the last half of the 100 ADR. Thought that'd be the hard part.
Big utility exchange towards Squeaky, a dumping of the grenades as well from 9Z's ramp play. And Nico quick to perch himself above main door. Pretty aggressive as well. Already going for the hut peek like that?
Yeah, they don't see anyone lurking out here. They know it's going to be pretty heavy outside.
Kyosuke going to try to crack the whip into hell in a moment.
Oh my goodness, Max.
Deletes him.
Kyosuke has been beat up every single round in this game.
It's like a slide by.
Wow, that's so big out of Luchov.
TeSeS shows the bottom of his feet, and Monte will catch him on the fallback into the site, but he doesn't know about that secondary hut player. And what's funny is neither does TeSeS. So a position maintained. Another duel found, but Monte's going to lose that one to HUASOPEEK. And all the while, Nico and Kerrigan have just sat passively in anticipation of a secret push, never going to come your way. 35 seconds to try to keep 9Z off 12. Drop off main confirms the direction of this Falcons approach. Stomping in all the while, HUASOPEEK's going to activate. The bomb has been spotted on the fallback down to the B site. And it's already held here by Max. Kerrigan gets blindsided, and this is the brink of a flawless CT side from 9Z.
This is absolutely fantastic. I mean, what a CT side we've seen so far. The way they're covering all their positions, all their gaps, they're being just the right amount of aggressive, but not irresponsible. Trade game's been excellent. And there are notes. There are lots of notes for Falcons T side. You know, first half was awesome. Rotations were super good, but you know, T side was always going to be the hardest thing, especially when onboarding a new IGL. But expected a bit better of an attempt than this. Play with the clock a little bit too much. Ideas aren't really always coming through on the full rifle rounds. Obviously, kills are a problem as well. Kyosuke's not had a good game.
Gonna be a burst out through the hut with 3 players strong, majority pistols. In a half where Falcons have found nothing, you'd think this round too much of an ask. Desert Eagle damage escapes him. DGT kills Kyosuke. Mayern's 5-7 slips down into the back of the site. And if not for a MONC 1v3, this is Falcons with a non-existent T-side. 20 health to try to make magic happen for just a chance to force overtime in what would have to now be 4 rounds strung together. MongolZ have played this CT side with a certain electricity, the pushes in through that hut, the pressure that they put on Falcons from the get-go once they swap sides makes Falcons look like a shell of themselves in comparison to that first half. And so this map will be a tale of 2 sides. A stark contrast to the impressive 7-1 start we had. MONC will take a sprint down to the B site, try to punch in the digits, hoping that they don't just come barreling towards him, but they will give him no respite. And so MongolZ pull off the unthinkable after that 7-1 start. What a turnaround as MongolZ take their map pick.
So as you can see, Karrigan was brought in for his T-sides and going well.
Man, I'm thinking one thing right now if I'm Zonic. I gotta kick Tessus. Obviously not the problem whatsoever in this game. No, the T-side's just assist.
On Nuke. Now, we did also see a fantastic comeback and a couple of T rounds, but mostly CT side at a MongolZ. It was just a great Nuke overall. Very inspiring to totally see them causing the same issues. And again, they're a team where you go and look at their recent history and it's like they're playing against Legacy and other teams of the region, and you're not going to get that much information out of it. The play styles are totally different over there, but MongolZ are always great at porting it over when they come across, I was going to say to Europe, but we're even farther than that. So
That's true.
Yeah, but to play against some Europeans. So, you know, Falcons are on notice right now. That was not a great look from them, and they'll definitely be clowned a bit, I think, for not winning a T round. But they could change that all right here on Mirage. Make up for it.
This little sudden pack movement here from Falcons. Trying to get ahead of timing, throwing that second layer into the Palace. Freed up Nico to go to join Tessus. Those will be the 2 players trying to barrel out through Palace in a second. But Max locked it on the screen, confirms the bombs at the bottom of the ramp, so he knows this is a real commitment, and he's got teammates to bank off of. They'll deliver 2 kills already. MONC starts to make this answer back. Tessus tries to close the gap as Nico awaits a duel here. They've at least evened it out, but it's the Berettas to peek from CT. Nico gets a gush back in on Luchov, but then loses his own head. And MONC trying to whip around's got low players in front of him, but it will be a pistol for MongolZ, and their winning ways won't stop here.
I won't lie also, we look back on the last map, and I mean this with all due respect, but they basically won without an opper. Like, Mayern, I don't think hit a single op shot that game. Like, maybe one easy one. For the most part, he missed almost everything. And the op difference was MONC with 14 and 10 and 0 scoreline to start things out. Didn't even have it didn't have any impact really in the second half, most of his teammates, to be honest. But sometimes I look at Mayern, just talk about this team from a different perspective outside of this matchup, and I'm like, maybe he should just be rifling. Because he really does have that great aim, but I'm not really sold on the whole op thing. DGT did not see anything there, but also no one's really approaching right now. Falcons in search of their first T round today.
God, that's a bleak way to put it. Looking for the bomb plant off this pop. Nice tracking here by Waso. Monteci's Deagle collects one, and it's trying its damnedest to get through with the triple spam. Very late mid-lurk coming up through connector in a moment. That's going to be Luchov caught off by it, but Monte actually catches the head first, and then, oh, whoa. TSS gets a dink in. Mayern's down low to 20 health. That got a little sketchy. As all of a sudden there was...
I'm good.
You're good. Our cough buttons are very far away in here.
And the sneezes are very fast.
Yes, Mohan's the kind of guy, when he sneezes once, he sneezes 6 times.
Yeah.
As you just heard. Still without a terrorist round win, Mohan. I don't like
I want to say
that,
it will
but
come
is
with
the truth.
patience, but I'm not totally convinced. I certainly didn't feel like they were getting suffocated by the CT side last game. I feel like there was a bit of they didn't really have a strong plan, weren't really doing enough. Their best called round was on that half buy where Monte had an op. Yosuke struggling today.
There we go.
The one.
Max is going to catch Kerrigan completely
Oh,
off
let's
guard.
go, Max.
Sick sequence out of him for the double kill. Cues up Mayern with the easy close on that third piece of the B play with the bomb down in front of him and Kyosuke on 16 health. It's looking like a 3-0 start, and the first gun round from Falcons also comes up empty. Around the world, around the... The desk was singing earlier.
Oh, yeah, they were.
Spotted.
Oh!
Damn near lined up.
Chance.
That'll be 2 surviving for 9Z, and nice shutdown by Max inside of the B site.
Gotta love it. Max, just talking about his dream is literally just to play in tier 1 tournaments around the world. Like, how awesome is that?
To be fair, pretty cool dream.
He's living his dream.
Living his dream, aren't we all?
Nope, because that's also my dream.
Oh.
Not just kidding. I could never be Max.
Quick move here from Falcons, feeling like Palace is a weak point. 3 players in there, bomb included. Well-placed grenade for Kerrigan to have to deal with. See if these upgraded pistols can break down the door. We already had promise out of Monteci's Deagle, but this round, unfortunately, he's the guy on the Glock. So somebody else going to have to step it up a notch. Waso down to 50 health. Will be sidelined by the quick moves of TSS's Tech 9. And right now, what's left of Falcons is very much disjointed. Nico's Deagle doesn't even get a chance to fire back, and it'll be Kerrigan to tiptoe his way through middle late to the party and wounded thanks to that early grenade dunked on him top mid. Your time is limited, Finn.
Right now, 9Z are not playing necessarily above their level. This is what we're used to seeing from them in terms of the way the map looks and how their trades go, and how connected they always look, even when they're floating around. I think that's what makes 9Z special. That's what always makes them competitive. That's what makes them hard to, I think, find opponents to get you warmed up to play against them. And they also bring the confidence of they know they can win in each of these games with none of the pressure. You know, Falcons are going to win a T round today.
Are they?
I know that for sure. They're playing Mirage.
Really? Do they have a game after this one?
It's a guarantee they will pull out a Mirage T round win. It's a matter of when.
Oh, that'll help. Opening op kill, Monteci's way. Eating the flash and sticking on the angle for a second.
Oh my God.
Max looking to get aggressive. They're not ready.
Oh, a dink as well on Nico, and they've got one up on Cat. They can't rush this. Nico's going to throw some utility, but he's still got full vision on the second window.
Mayern's going to have to land an op shot.
I mean, they're really not seeing anything towards B at all now. Probably wondering if a lurk got set up, so they're watching everything. Maybe a timing's open. So it comes down to Kerrigan to get everybody organized correctly. I don't know if he's taking that flash or if he's actually going to full commit to this A play, but as it comes down, they've got to decide whether or not they're literally just going to save. They're hoping that it's a fake.
Well,
They're totally wrong about it.
There's that terrorist round win you were talking about.
The guarantee.
5 rounds into the T side of map 2, Falcons find their first terrorist round win. Nuke was a different beast.
Bomb has been planted.
This one was simplified by MongolZ finding the early mid-window pickoff.
Which is big because, again, I think he got maybe 1 kill or 2 in that second half of Nuke.
Yeah, it was bleak. Let's go check, in fact.
I swear it was 14-4 at the end of the first half. Does that sound right?
MongolZ on the CT side of Nuke was 13-3. On the T side of Nuke, he went 3-8.
Yeah.
Ouch. Could have been worse, though. Kerrigan was 0-8.
So he hasn't got a kill since that first half started on Nuke.
Wow.
That's not why they picked him up, though. They picked him up for the great T sides.
That's what it is. Brain of the operation. And by God, he's done it. Falcons put a round on the board. 5 deep into map 2. Still, we've got to see them string it together. There's no way that 9Z don't feel confident right now. Phenomenal Nuke play to wrap up map 1 swiftly. Pistol victory, 3-0 start. Max right here drops a body on the approach to the B play. Very quick kill on Tess, but Nico's answers fast. Mayern, you've got a duel coming your way. You've got to hit this, but he whiffs it, and that's going to allow them ever closer with numbers and headshots coming out from Kyosuke. Back-to-back inside of the B site, and Falcons now just firmly plant their feet to find consecutive terrorist round wins.
Unfortunately, Mayern's op is like one of the least scary things about the team. But again, sometimes I'm like, man, if he just had a rifle, I'm sure he could have actually done a bit more. So misses another first chance at a shot. We saw that happen a lot back on Nuke. And it's that double swing out of the smoke. And even though Max got the first kill real quickly, that trade was instant out of Nico. Who was the guy that was the streamer that was opping for them before? Remember who I'm talking about?
Yes.
The guy with the tattoos.
Lucan?
Yeah.
Was it Lucan?
Yes, it
That's
was.
the timeout after 2 T-Rounds.
Yes, it was. I felt like he was pretty solid, to be honest. Like, I don't really remember him ever having bad periods or anything like that, even.
Now plays on Gaming Gladiators. This organization's had a lot of players play underneath it. NQZ once upon a time.
Try once upon a time.
Adam S, Davideus, Lucan, Buddha, Martinez, Bit.
Not to be confused with.
Bit.
Maybe Kickert soon. Another one of those same shots, but just the legs here for Mayern. I think Blue Chop wisely backs up through that molly. I mean, it takes a lot of damage, but...
Making moves and tethered off of the top mid plays Kyosuke. With all that damage already racked up versus 9Z, you know they're going to be a bit hesitant.
Gonna take this peek.
Trying to punish it. Nico keeps the pressure on, but met by a smoke, he'll have to hold off. Bomb carrier behind him. And support further back. Falcons pause.
Man, really weak towards this B side. It's wide open. They've got no one in ladder. Every single player from 9Z is on A. Max really believing in this one smoke, but nothing's coming of that.
Now that utility starts to bear. Oh, damn. Okay, Kyosuke.
This is kind of wild. I mean, they've just left it open entirely. Easiest plant ever.
Has been planted.
Kerrigan's genius shines once again.
Looking to save big here with DGT and Mayern as low as they are. Max is kind of stuck in and could honestly look for an upgrade. There's value in him hunting this down. But Kerrigan starts to peel away, and that's going to make the frag all the harder. But it's a fake. It's a fake departure. Gets it. That'll be an AK upgrade for Max, I believe.
Terrorists win.
Where'd it go?
Oh, go back. He didn't get it. MP9 saved by Max, not able to grab that upgrade. Didn't even get the one inside connector either. Catch by our cinematic observers, finding both of the potentially saved guns, but neither of which wind up in the hands of 9Z. They do still keep majority alive, and they do still maintain a one-round lead, but clearly there is a turning of the tides here as Falcons have collected 3 rounds consecutive.
Oh, the flash hit Kerrigan too.
Oh, wow, exposes everybody.
Kind of good to get that one kill at least, honestly.
Unbelievable Kerrigan still gets one. There's 3 players looking at him. Frontrunners both blind. Regains vision just quick enough. There's the TSS pickup. And he's just going to start dropping utility, drawing all of the attention of 9Z as the bomb and 2 escorts will work its way towards the B side. So this is a hook, line, and sinker situation yet again. 9Z trying to chase down any TSS play towards the A side, but the bomb is not coming this direction. And so TSS does a great job on his lonesome. Luchov wins the duel without taking damage. Will they take a sniff at this retake, though, Mo?
So many times they've just had an open site to plant in. There's been no retake attempts, and funnily enough, of all the times that they would have tried, I feel like this isn't the one. Monte's got a great line. You'd have to miss.
She does.
Okay.
Opens the door for the cross. Mayern just whiffed his shot back, though, and then Monte collects the kill as Mayern doesn't get a chance to take a second shot.
I mean, Mayern's op stats this game, this series, in terms of chances and shots taken, it's not a great ratio.
We'll get away from this one, looking like 2 players survive per team, and Falcons tie this game up at 4 rounds each. It seems.
Terrorists win.
Kyosuke barely hangs on, but all's good.
But the Falcons are taking advantage of their risky, stacky gameplay. And it could obviously be the case that they make the mistake of running into the full stack, but we haven't seen that. Collins called them
once.
Kerrigan's called them into the right direction every time. This is really making up for the lack of T rounds back on Nuke. All I'm really seeing is that a little presence gets shown, and then they respond to it and then leave the site because they don't think that Falcons are going to re-aggress, and then they do each time.
Just maybe a lesson they'll learn from as this game goes on. 2/3 of the way through Falcons' T side. They string 4 in a row. Bad molly.
Yeah, where was that even going?
I don't know.
It must have been for stairs. But it's only a first tier exec.
Bomb's not currently in the Falcons' possession. More utility trickling towards this half of the map, and you've got a lot of movement here for the 9Z defense. There's that second wave of utility, but it's Waso pulled off the site. And Luchov waiting for somebody to emerge from that ramp, but they
have to
pause
go
for a
with this.
second. Flashbangs come over, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Luchov still just keeping his head tucked in, tries to strike them by surprise. He will be the second to drop for the defense. Clean kills coming out of the Falcons on the approach, but the smokes fizzle out. Nade is perfectly placed for Kerrigan to just peek down from the bottom of connector. Clean shot. And with that, you've got the bomb plant guaranteed. So Falcons' winning ways on the attack show no signs of slowing down.
This one really wreaked the growing pains to me of just, it was a touch messy. Timings where the bomb was, a couple of nades getting missed as they were walking out, flashing themselves and stuff like that. But they still get through just because, you know, look at the team. They've got a lot of really sharp riflers. Monte got the opening, so it was fine. And that's also part of the reason I think you start on the shallower end of your map pool as you're kicking off and you play maps like Mirage. You've got a foundation no matter what. I mean, I feel like no matter who the IGL is coming over and what team you have to work with, you're going to be able to play. It's just not that deep sometimes. I think this one will be more of a frustrating one for 9Z, who in all these other situations have just evacuated their own site on their own volition and made a bad read, but this time they are in a correct spot to try to hold, but straight up get out dueled. 5 in a row for Falcons to take the lead.
Confident swing out through the top mid smoke. Kerrigan at the tip of the spear already takes possession of bench. They hear stomping inside of that window. Monte finds Mayer and over towards the ladder door, so battle the Oppers and Monte wins it. Feels like an easy bet as this game has gone on. TSS in anticipation of the max push this time around will not be caught off guard, unprepared for such a peak. 5v3 as Falcons just continue to tear it up.
Interesting spot here for Luchov. He's going to go and try to spot, but he just preempts the smoke, actually. It's not a great smoke. He doesn't see anything, and Falcons are fully peeling away. But they have this Palace push, which actually makes them worried more about the other side of the map. With the amount of time left over, they could easily walk into this. HUASOPEEK's going to be in a great spot to get this kill. Okay, yeah, timing out a little bit early. They're not out of the ramp, but...
Can he get back into sight?
Wait, what's happening here?
Yeah, they paused, so now he's into the cover.
Yeah, this is, again, meant to be a fake. HUASOPEEK on default.
9Z freed up to come and join him on this bomb site. Quiet approach as the climb up happens. TSS loses that duel. Awkward one for him. Kyosuke catching him over through default. Monte's chance to clutch out 1v2.
Does he know?
He's going to peek in front of this.
Oh! Nasty shot.
5-on-3, almost screenshot, no chance.
Almost screenshot. I'm dying.
Fucking PVISION now, boys. I don't care that.
Almost screenshot, dude. The self-awareness is crazy.
What a rapid fire just
a lot of lines
of catchphrases in there. I don't think so. Almost 5v3, no radar shot. Woo woo.
What do you think about ParaVision?
I think it was actually like a strat call for the next one.
What exciting CS! 5-on-3, almost screenshot, no chance. Let's go.
My brain.
Yeah, this young generation in TikTok,
yeah, right?
I swear they've got that.
This is my brain when the third coffee hits. Kerrigan on a roll as Falcons try to keep this momentum overwhelming 9Z, but we get a clash inside of the A site that leads us to the 3v3 health advantage over for 9Z at the moment, and Nico could fall victim to the spam. Monte tries to hold back, crosses over, second player here for Falcons on the ticket, and still Nico just keeps his head down. With that op rattles off a shot, so they're going to know damn well about Monte's position. Concerned that still somebody would be over towards the ramp. It's not the case. Heavy emphasis here in the post plant towards ticket instead. At some point, 9Z is just going to have to write off that ramp threat and full focus over towards where they're at. Oh, all three. from Nico. Should have killed him with the wall bang when you had the chance.
Yeah, and now it's a real streak going on. Surviving it all, winning confidently, great trades. Mayern does hit a solid shot this time as they come through, as he's coming out of the jungle smoke half blind. But outside of that, not much of a hold. And we can see with the amount of utility that was left over when the retake began. I mean, all the spots for Falcons were too strong with CT control.
Lands
Another
that.
tag bad.
Lands
Tag
that.
bad too.
This is a pretty good opera, huh?
Yeah. Best opera Kerrigan's ever played with, actually.
Some have said this. And who am I to deny Kerrigan's experience? His truth. Luchov barrel stuffs Kyosuke in connector. Man advantage held onto with HUASOPEEK's well-timed push into the palace. And final round of the T side here as Falcons want to keep this round streak rolling, but FUMAS is going to get the stoppage in. Mayern with a double kill for the road as they will swap over with 5 CT round wins to their name. The 4-0 start, the 12th round added to the tally. But that was a hell of a streak put forward by Falcons after a non-existent T-side on Nuke, feeling much better about their map pick of Mirage, no doubt.
It was an energizing half. I think, you know, when it started out 4-0, I was seeing, man, is this going to be a 2-0? Are Falcons only going to get a couple of T rounds? But no, they turned the ship around entirely, and what was most interesting for me was how many fakes there were involved. And also Kerrigan, as the guy who was running them, solo on the other side of the map. That was something a little bit different, interesting, and actually worked quite well. Never really seen a team try to do that too much versus 9Z.
I think the amount of fakes, though, that you're alluding to also coupled very nicely, not for 9Z, with the amount of gambles they went for, right? That gamble strat just
he was in their heads for sure.
kind of blew up in their faces as the half went on.
Because we know 9Z like to do those stacks all the time, but we've never seen them sort of just totally get avoided every single round. So, no, that was class from Falcons. Well done.
Yeah, it's like, do we give Kerrigan credit, or is that the nature of gambling, Launders?
It's not gambling if you win.
Oh. Ah. Sold.
He's just a professional, that's all.
Okay.
Don't try this at home.
Play responsibly. And play Counter-Strike every day. Little jump spot here with the incendiary in hand. Frag grenade as well. Ooh, that's a tough one to stomach. That's got HUASOPEEK going mid-air 180.
I love that. Nope.
Stops the timing, opens the door for TeSS to barrel through the market window. He's also got a smoke if he wants to throw it.
They really do have to pause for a little longer. No, it's going through it.
Dodging
still
USB
here.
shots, but Kyosuke recovers. Oof. And then
He's so
some.
good from here.
You got DGT on the ground, but Kyosuke collects his 3rd kill in the pistol. A little tough to get that first one, but Mayern looking to get the ball rolling in a 1 versus 4. Everybody's here to stop you, brother. He's got the bomb on his belt. His Glock with 9 bullets in the magazine. And dead to Nico. So Falcons will pick up the pistol. Kerrigan enjoying himself here as this game's gone on.
What I'm talking about. Yeah, Kyosuke, from Get Right, he is...
Dare I say it, one of the best?
It feels like it, man.
At least right
He
now.
is so good on these angles. Like, he is slick. So good at catching players in the window, multi-killing from there. That's definitely one of his best spots. If not his best spot.
Quick utility setup coming forward for 9Z here in round 14. It's a smoke grenade in their faces, but still they're just going to charge right through. And TeSS trying to recover from the flashbang as Monte's Berettas find 1 and 2. Still just now sliding down that ladder as the M4s come roaring through the bench smoke. Good parting gift by Mayer to find that wallbang headshot on MongolZ, but all he loses was Beretta's, so be it.
Austin! Let's go, man.
Yeah, but now it's too hard, your high five.
Okay.
That's 3 survivors for the Falcons squad. 9-5 score.
Yeah, so if you had any questions, we're probably going to be on T side for Falcons. We know their CT sides are going to be just insane right out the gate, especially here on Mirage. This game gets very hard now for 9Z.
DGT's solo rifle has 2 pistols in front of it here on Underpass. All that early utility for Falcons in middle's got them still staved off.
Oh, okay. He's got both coming out.
Well,
half of both.
oh, it's a mid-wall.
That is innovative. And they don't see the boost.
Yeah, it's a nice off-position boost into the window.
And they are
actually
watching
jump it.
the push.
Come on now.
Oh, he can just kind of see it a little bit, but he wants to deal with the problem. Either way, he turns it into a window play. And MongolZ picks off a kill. Oh, DGT.
Really?
Wow, they let it happen. Did that get calmed by kills?
It was pretty swift.
It was. It was.
You know, from what felt like just a cat challenge into the deep jungle push as well.
No, this is getting creative, man. They were just pushing out of jungle. Kerrigan spots this.
Dinked low. AK cleanup's easy. Kyosuke, rock solid B defenders. Gonna have his hands full in a second. Teammates still pretty far off, but it's pissed. Oh, the lineup.
Okay.
See ya. Mayer has his head popped. DGT would have had to have aced this round, but 3 kills all he's able to get. Ooh. Only 3 kills with the hero AK. Beautiful attempt, but it is Team Falcons to double digits as 9Z trail at a measly 5 round wins.
Love the creativity on that round for what they had to work with. I mean, that is squeezing raw water from stone to figure out how to both threaten A and B at the same time with only 1 gun. But in the end, it doesn't really matter if you can show all the math and make impressive moves like that. They've got their eyes focused on one thing. That's the round itself. At least now they've got more tools for the job. So what's the crafty call here, Max? How are you going to pull one over the wool of the eyes of the new superstar IGL? To call for Falcons.
Easy trade top middle. A defense banks on MongolZ, but yeah, DGT just gave him a little warning of the commitment to that peak. So MongolZ's job made easy.
He's doing great on both sides now. They're going to boost up.
They're just going to try to drive slide into this. Yeah, this is interesting now because MongolZ has lost a player bottom middle. They are both on bench as far as the A commitment, and he's smoked off from the play.
And it's a re-aggro into underpass, which is extremely weird, but actually might be great. It's like this is a round-winning move. Like he could go back and play the numbers, but this move, if it works, is going to be incredibly frustrating. But Kyosuke was here early enough. I guess he saw that Max must have exited. Great timing for him.
Some early Molotov towards Ticket. Waso steps right into the opper, and now Mayer. Oh, good headshot. Tries to play head tuck default. We've got a kid on MongolZ. He tries to close the distance. Oh, and it's Kyosuke from the top of stairs to give the cover needed. MongolZ to defuse this with ample time. And another round wins for the Falcons. This is now turning into the second flawless CT side of this series. The first time for 9Z back on Nuke, and now Falcons on their map pick.
And again, you know, competitive or not, with the ideas being good or not, it doesn't matter. They're just not getting those wins on the board. Kyosuke's having a better map. Obviously, that's a huge factor.
MongolZ's looking good on both halves of the game.
Yeah.
AKs for all of 9Z and 3 players to approach Kyosuke. Insta-kill for Luchov and a good trade out of DGT. Oof, but then Nico finds the angle out through window, wants to keep that pressure thick. Very tense moment for DGT as he gets cleaned up. Just had no sanctuary, no respite within that cat play, and that's the bomb possession as well. He knows he had to stay alive, and it's just too much pressure from all directions. Max taken to 13 HP versus 3 from here on out, and Falcons on the brink of a 12th round win within Mirage.
Looking like a curtain call here for 9Z. As Max might look for like the prolonged save if they'll even let him have it. Basically job finished here for Falcons. An excellent response to losing Nuke. Yakinder brings the monitor to him, but Max goes to the monitor.
Jabby-esque.
He's going for speed. Max never stopping.
Given a save this time around. And Falcons respectfully let him have it.
Wow, that's the name I haven't seen in a long time.
Kshander?
Mobile?
Did you notice what the other sticker?
What was
autograph it was? King V.
Who's that?
KNG.
Prove it. He didn't get the joke. He's actually...
Oh, I'm actually Googling. I'm like, I can't believe you doubt me for sticker knowledge. Prove it.
Or...
else. Think 9Z are going to win a single T-round, Mo? Or are we going back-to-back maps with impenetrable CT sides? Teams that pick it.
I could see this happening.
Right here, right now?
I'm not totally disappointed in 9Z's T side so far. More so just like them getting out called in the first half, but I could totally see Falcons, like I expected Falcons to have an unbelievably good CT side on this map already. We've already seen it once. Honestly, it's just so many opening kills this game. I mean,
back-to-back rock-solid halves. And 9Z trying their damnedest to topple the defense, but a nade to the bottom of middle that does get dodged. Max finding safety within connector temporarily. And the bomb deciding to double back around through T-spawn. Kerrigan died to Luchov. That was a deep cap peek as they stall in middle and allow for that bomb to rotate back around to join DGT, who is now met by yet another CT smoke.
They have good options. I think they just have to figure out a way to make their ladder room guy useful. They can make it to B if they wanted to, but the bomb's already here on the ramp. And the CTs are starting to get suspicious about stuff. So here's a moment where Luchov, full HP, on sort of a lurk, wants to have some kind of impact, and is selling the fake. Very nice.
Really dropping that util at the perfect moment, but if he oversteps it, we'll see if the counter-terrorists catch him.
He's actually going to be right over top. That's actually nice from him. And there's the site opened up. That's a great play out of Luchov, man. It's the rest of the team here is very low.
TSS found the AK upgrade in the meantime. Molly for the bomb planter will flush him back into the corner. But no teammates here on the scene just yet. Nico's going to get set up by the Kyosuke flashbang. There's an eventual incendiary to maybe flush out Firebox once this retake really gets going. But now that you've lost TSS over towards Connector, that frees up one side of the bomb site. And it will indeed be this round, number 18, that 9Z do put on the board. So at least one terrorist round win for 9Z on Mirage. Yeah, rock solid. Yep, the Luchov moment over towards Catwalk really opened the door for 9Z to walk away with this.
That's for me how I want to see most like fakes in the modern day, where you don't actually risk a player, but it is convincing enough at the point in the round and the type of utility there that you want to respond to it. Like if that had, someone's ladder room, they're threatening that we're shutting off B for the B exec. They know that we don't have a cap player, And so the one guy who's up there watching B apps, he is in question. They could be coming out late, even though there was no one there. I'm not surprised Falcons have to respond to it. And then you see Luchov also turning himself into a useful player to kill the guys who are looking for him too. That was also very wise. So that was awesome. I was very curious how he was going to come into play, and I think he did everything right there. So it won't be a total shutout here in the second half, but they're going to have to work just as hard on each of these rounds, if not harder, to bring this back.
It out. But Nico's rifle ready to capitalize on that one, and the connector hold from TSS is good. But in that meantime, with TSS towards connector, you know you've got a chance at the walkout. Of course, 9Z do capitalize on it. Finding that
bomb
empty room.
Oh, back in spawn. They'll have to go grab it. They have to babysit this site.
It's a bit awkward because it just opens the door for Falcons to come take a sniff at it.
Yeah. They don't have any vision on B. I think this bomb really wants to just come in extremely slowly, but it's running the whole way. Because they have to go back and check now. This is actually great for 9Z. Now, they don't have any control. So they're going to plan for CT, but they have to cover CT as well. Oh, damn.
There goes Mayern, trying to take a what? Look over top of...
I don't even know.
Yeah, right. Peeks Tetris and dies for it.
They all want to.
There you go. He's going to die the exact same way.
What'd you see over there?
And now you've got Luchov 30 health versus 3. First frag's good. Now Monte's op to try to tiptoe its way in.
Oh, that was sweet.
Oh,
Luchov!
Quad kill from Luchov, 1v3 to boot, and that's going to keep 9Z in the second map.
The last 2 rounds, Luchov has been the difference. This one, from the perspective of mechanics and isolating these fights, absolutely extraordinary. Last round, it was all his brains and the way that he worked his way out of Cat and sold a fake. But either way, Luchov has been the difference. He's really made it for of all the play with so many players on this team, but he has really been standing out.
And now his team get to reap the rewards that Luchov has set up here. Pistols for Falcons. Singular Deagle here in Monte's hands. And a chance to put Falcons to the fire. Overtime looms.
You know how hard it is to bait Monte into shooting a shoulder peek?
Multiple times. Multiple times in that retake attempt. He also deals with the riflers with instant headshots, and he was low HP. He was like, what, sub 40? Damn, missed Molotov again.
Yep, but
That's fine.
It's a crummy fake, but to be honest, doesn't even need to be that much.
It's the round to make that mistake. Because again, Falcons have nothing to play with. And they gamble on the wrong stack.
How many does he get? 3?
2.
Ha.
Damn it.
I believed in you, DGT. How many does he get?
Both.
Okay.
Damn it. I just want to be right for once.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to let this one go, and 9Z will...
he's going to stay alive, right?
Yeah. They'll cut that gap down to 4 rounds. Don't you dare peek it, Nico. 0 for 3.
And Connor goes 0 for 3. Oh. That was sweet.
There's that sneaky top fence angle.
And that's an AK out of the round. He'll come back in half armor. Got one kid on Kerrigan.
Bottom mid taken over just as the window smoke pops. Cat nade finds Max pretty substantially. And Luchov's got an opening kill, but there's a lot of players here ready to pinch, and the Cat players come out wide. Trades back and forth, maintains man advantage, but only barely. A third of Max left with the bomb, and DGT, the one piece that hasn't revealed itself.
He has a molly for this. Ah, that's not the information. That's real beautiful out of him.
That's 2 mollies thrown out by 9Z. MONte's gonna know they're both over here, but with the smoke still in connector, it's the perfect chance to push that bomb to the opposite side of triple. I'm not saying this is an impossible round for MONte to win. Oof, as they give him another chance, he is just gonna go very swiftly into this retake attempt, trying to bait them in with 8 shots in the mag. DGT's got him sidelined. What a flurry of kills, both directions out towards middle. 9Z come out on top of the trade train, and we have a 3-round gap to overtime.
Before everything distilled, it sort of actually felt like Falcons were coming out ahead on trades. A double kill on Cat, but it was Max who answered back, I think, with 2 right at the very end to keep this game fully alive. 4 straight T rounds, another eco in store for 9Z. And now they go from, they've, not just got swept by a great CT side, but have really put up a dignified attack versus staunch competition. And the game is still not over. The fact that on the way to this comeback has to be a Luchov 1v3 as well. The team that keeps on believing.
It really is 9Z's fighting spirit. Always ready to be the underdogs. This DGT walkout on ramp. Going hunting.
You do have to be careful with these, but great use of the shadow and not too aggro. Clearing out some more spots.
It's a valuable kill on MONte, whose pistol's been connecting, but this M4 still looms not far behind Kyosuke. Good Deagle headshot. If they jump the gun here and try to chase down the pistol, then Nico's got a chance! A triple from inside jungle!
1-on-1!
Low HP for both. DGT goes wide, and Nico's forced reload opens the door for this wide swing as the gun swap happens. DGT whittling him even lower. But now he reloads himself, and Nico's quad kill finishes off the map. It needed to be the heroics. Backs turned to Nico. They thought it was all pistols, and the M4 is their maker.
We call that squeaky bum time in the UK. I mean, they were so far out ahead. 9Z looked lost on that CT side to start it out, started coming back into that game. And that's the type of play Falcons are having to drop to beat this team.
We have seen them play some of their best CS in history.
It's the complexity of the T side on Nuke that's really the only place that got away from Falcons. But between Mirage and Dust2, you'd hope for their sakes that things get all the easier. But for the time being, it's 9Z to swiftly cut their way up this cap play. No contest on the journey upwards. Although then, once getting here with no resistance, they decide to pause. This is a minute 20 fallback with every option open.
They don't see any resistance. I think that's telling them that there's a 3-long setup. So readying the mid B and not trying to dress this up.
Smoke into the CT cross. That's easy crossovers for 9Z. Smoke in the doorway, though, is the Falcons' answer back. Flash comes through it. Tess has busted up, and Kyosuke double tap. But then as he gets cleared out of the site, we also get this cleanup towards middle out of Max. So it's going to be Nico and Kerrigan to the 2 versus 3.
Quick long flank, but not fast enough. We've already got Max getting back to the site. No one's peeking Nico just yet.
Smoke dries up, and Nico has an open line. There was the duel that could have been. A missed Beretta headshot. Just trying to get Kerrigan into the play now, but it's the window push out of DGT that's going to execute Nico. Kerrigan, little too late to the party, and MongolZ will strike again in a critical pistol to try and take over the early form of map 3.
I like how they didn't rely on too much information, just one clue, and then didn't give Falcons any time to really make it complicated. They saw nothing on Cat, went into their mid B, and it became a 5v2. The rotations, even though there was a long flank, even though they were quick to make it back through CT, it wasn't fast enough. And that's something that Falcons are always going to be good at, especially in these rifles. That mid-B rotation out of Nico is, I think he's just the best person to watch in this role. And if 9Z can put a lot of time pressure on him, then that's going to be a key to victory because he's good at covering Cat. He's good at rotating in through the smoke. Monte's also very good at supporting the B players. But 9Z, what they do best is playing with timings. Now, depending on how close this map gets, it just kind of feel interesting because it doesn't feel like 9Z, oh man, it's kind of crazy that they can beat Falcons and it's totally embarrassing for Falcons. No, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like 9Z are playing really, really well. Yes, it does feel like they're punching upwards at times, but they've kept up. They've won a map. All 4 halves they've offered something, and honestly, if they picked up Dust2 at this point, I'm not sure if I would be extremely surprised. I think I'd be very impressed, but we've really seen them play some strong CS on Dust2 historically.
Oh, it feels like you kind of built the story early, Mo, that 9Z could truly do this. And that utter shutdown of the Falcons T-side back on Nuke was a real testament to 9Z's ability within their own map pick. There was a world Mirage gets even closer, so I'm still waiting for Falcons to kind of prove to us that they are meant to be taken that much more seriously than we have been as of late. New leader at the helm, of course, is a very big change. But still, you'd think you could bank on the individual players of Falcons to keep yourself afloat versus 9Z's challenge. Shouldn't be the case in this one, as we've got a very light buy for Falcons. Single MP9 dead already. Desert Eagles across the board.
Desert Eagle go Burr.
No Berettas. And we've seen deadly ability out of Monte's Deke this series, but not this round. He is fed to the wolves.
If you think about it, this should just be a really great map. We've already seen Falcons play it.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, like, they're just both going to be so comfortable here, which just means the angels and potential clutches that could come out could be huge.
I mean, this game has remained interesting the whole time, just because the two teams have locked horns nicely, but it also has been very, very streaky. You know, we haven't gotten those real back and forth, like both economies on the brink of being broken. We haven't gotten a nail-biter of a game yet in the series.
And we haven't got a death for 9Z on this second round, even though there was an investment for Falcons. So that's quite good from the attacking side. Plant comes down. I mean, Nico and Kerrigan can look for some long-range deagle shots if they can find them, but outside of that, there's no real reason to see any action now. About as good as of a start you could ask for.
Chev, could I please get a look at Max's Mac 10? Is that not the most 9Z looking skin you've ever seen?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, he put it away the moment we came over here, but
no, I got it. I got it.
It just looks like their jerseys.
Yeah, like the sticker, it's just perfect.
That's
9ZS. Really cool though. The way is that just like an optical illusion? What he did with the back of it?
Optical illusion? No, that's just the skin. He didn't do that. Can't give him credit, Mo.
Ooh, the skin maker?
The skin maker did that.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, wait, sorry. I thought you were trying to give him credit like it was a sticker craft.
Oh, no, no, no.
Ball stuck!
Instructions unclear. Ball stuck.
It's crazy to see Max type on his keyboard with both hands when his keyboard is like
sideways,
3 feet to his left.
Yeah. And he always types at the end of rounds.
Real talkative guy. Still no buy for Falcons. Stuck on pistols. They'll get away with the lower tunnel control for the time being, but 9Z walking it out through the long doors will find no resistance.
Yeah, they're not even thinking about using utility. They don't see anything here, so a real easy walk-up attack. There's no scouts in play. There's no A-site players, period.
Aucune resistance. Free for the taking, you'd think, but somehow, someway, Nico still finds impact with that Deagle top middle.
Smokes get messy already. They throw one into deep CT. Now you just want to get this bomb planted.
Now it's a Nico AK in the middle of these pistol players to be set up. There's also Kevlar on the field here for 3 players on Falcons. But that Mac 10 out of Max, the 9Z official Mac 10, will quickly shred through the front two. And now Nico probably thinking about maybe saving this AK. A little free money for your efforts this round, where you really have no chance of winning. 9Z know it, Falcons know it. It's just a matter of accepting their losses again and allowing 9Z to go up to the 3-0 start. And again, in a game that has been as streaky as it has been, this bodes well for 9Z to build up the bank they have, keep 4 players alive here in their 3-0 streak. So be it that Nico robs an AK out of your hands. You've got yourself an excellent start to Dust2.
Yeah, really fantastic. I mean, it's 3 kills in 3 rounds right now, so they've missed their quota in terms of trying to at least do pushback damage, get 2 or 3 players down in each of these rounds. Zonic's going for the clipboard. We haven't seen too many pauses out of Falcons, I want to say. Haven't burned through them.
Well, there's that quote where Zonic has said, like, I really just want to kind of give the keys over to
I feel like with Kerrigan, it's like it doesn't even matter who your coach is. I think for the most part, he's going to be doing... It's going to be a pause so he can just get more out, I'm sure.
Give him all the keys. Keys to the team, keys to your car.
Mercedes, yeah.
Keys to your garden shed.
Okay.
Whatever Kerrigan needs or wants. Maybe even the keys to your heart. Smoke at the end of tunnels to prompt the walkout, but Kyosuke's got vision over this. Trading a couple guns back and forth.
Yeah, drop that on the ground.
CT smoke comes out.
They're out.
Barrel through that. And Kyosuke gave up that upper angle. Still a kill apiece from the B defenders. Mac 10 at bat responds as the M4 is burned out of position.
That's actually a miracle they got both those kills at that point. Max, if he didn't get that kill through the smoke, this plant doesn't happen. And, well, with this HP, no spam on the cross, they'll finally get it planted. And this actually is kind of a difficult situation now for Falcons, despite the health advantage.
In through tunnels, 2 outside doors, 3v5 coming together right now for 9Z. And a CT smoke that just got caught and blops inside of the doorway. That is a MOUZ miss smoke, folks. And that might be enough to just force you into the save.
Yeah, you can't smoke yourself out of the door like that.
He just did.
Was it an issue of physics or?
I don't know. I didn't quite see the throw. I just saw the plume and the disgruntled walk away. Nico's going to try to rack up a price tag here.
One clean one.
See if anybody tries to risk their life to grab that op. Nope, they let it go. That is 2 M4s saved by 9Z as they go up 4-0 here on the deciding map.
Could have been just like a bounce off both doors kind of situation.
That's what it was. Yeah. Bounced off both doors. Both doors.
Job done. And here's a pause.
Yep.
Zonic getting into the mix.
Touch me.
Paper, rock.
I was trying to hype up the Monte play just because the only bad half was that T side of Nuke. Here he is, 0-3. Quietest start to any map in the series.
Insane to just bring that up unprompted.
We'll be looking looking to bring that op online right now before things get scary for Team Falcons. Right now they're worrying, but they're not scary.
Again, they want to go with no tells. They don't want to search too much and just start having Falcons rotate too much. I think if they're confident Falcons are starting in this 2-3 situation, they just want to capitalize on it right away. Now with that nade coming down, though.
There it is.
Flash. This is a big mistake. Oh, my goodness. Oh, they've screwed that up entirely, and now it's just TeSS.
Only TeSS with tunnels and mid to hold off on his own. But 90 damage to have to stomach is massive, and he's not able to finish off that second kill. The way that Luchov tears through 2 there, I think now things get scary.
Yeah, they just blown that. The flash, missing the first target on the peak, and then everything was too slow after that damage came through.
Oh, boy.
Luchov, great awareness for the double, but like, even if we're talking about moments here, that aren't entirely damning in the sense that, all right, maybe that doesn't happen the second time they try it. The issue is it's 5-0.
Yep.
8 rounds away from winning this match versus Falcons.
8 rounds away.
It's also it's the attack they were looking for. They didn't run into a 2-1-2.
Nope.
Terrorists win.
Ahí, boys. 1-3 en medio.
They aren't afraid of you, Falcons.
Would have been a hell of a round to test the B side early, but MongolZ not privy.
You can see how comfortable they are. I mean, they're not participating in any of these long bouts. They've done it once on the walkout of the anti-eco. And here again, they're going low pro, just waiting out the utility. Kerrigan, the new long anchor for the Falcons.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full, isn't he? 3 players being set up by this Max Flash. Kerrigan takes a pop-up over, takes a look.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not his hands full.
Oh, that smoke isn't good either, actually. Look at the vision that HUASOPEEK has.
Already 2 players beyond this.
They're going to come back into this slowly. Nico might actually take a peek here.
He's going to try to take a pop-out, gets the dink in, but that's TeSS.
Oh!
Massive mow down. Luchov with the triple, and him and Waso combined for all 5 on the mid play. Flawless round from MongolZ. Flawless 3rd map so far.
That is the round of your dreams if you're going for a long take. Look at this first peek.
And the mow down middle.
I've never. That might be the best long take I've ever seen.
It is one thing to catch the CT cross player off guard like Nico, but the fact that you get both of the additional mid players also blindsided.
Because that one smoke went a little too far, and they had every right to walk up. You could call it a mistake. That wouldn't happen again in another match, but it happened already. That mid-B re-clear, it happened already.
Whoa. Falcons are getting dismantled here on map 3. MongolZ's flawless T streak continues. Kyosuke off the flash will be executed as he turns his back to DGT, but at least the pistol prevails. Woo. Kerrigan's Deagle wants to get out of dodge. We've already got Luchov working his way up long. Kerrigan's Deeg supported by the M4 of Nico up above, and well, that's going to be Luchov back into the cover. He brings a friend into the duel, and poor Nico, who thinks he's chasing one player back around the corner, just ends up walking into a 1v2 duel.
Just perfect.
Perfectly tethered, played to perfection.
He genuinely looks
his scout with nothing.
He genuinely looks scared. He's like, oh, Kerrigan's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go out for this one kill. He's actually running away. They're gonna reset. No, he was just joining up with his team, ready to re-swing, just not willing to do it alone. And that's been the tale of the tape. Kerrigan on 580R, MongolZ on 9.6.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Kerrigan on 5 ADR. Monte on 9.6.
9.6 ADR for Monte. We are 7 rounds into this game, folks.
This map is CT-sided, by the way.
We're no longer just 6 rounds away from the win. We're 6 rounds away from the 13-0. Looking to stack up behind this smoke. Sudden pop on Tesses. It's a one and done.
Oh,
as
yes,
Luchov
only guy in
comes
the
through.
site.
And as Kyosuke tries to get into the window, he fumbles the jump up.
Oh!
Pop by DGT. The rifle play from 9Z has been unstoppable. And not a single piece of Falcons is able to walk away with a multi-kill in this one.
He got another.
Pressure on Luchov via utility, but Nico's going to have to sign up for this smoke walk through the doorway. Him and Luchov cross paths. It's a kill apiece from the players that do push through, but the 4 HP of Nico's not long for this world, and 9Z's winning ways show no signs of slowing down.
I mean, how are they going to win the major like this?
Mo, I don't think they are.
I don't think they are. Maybe not. My goodness. Wow, DGT, what did he eat today? And also, Max's kills, Luchov. He's been a superstar.
9Z dialed in from top to bottom.
Totally dialed in. They're sitting up straight.
While Falcons will limp into this one with a double MP9 buy, this map is going to be done in a matter of 20 minutes at this rate.
This is actually a T side where, I mean, some of the stuff is obviously like brilliant calling and everything, but literally everything that could have gone well has. There have been 2 rounds that one small thing that happened for Falcons has cost them the entire situation, but that's just compounded. Love to steal it back on an eco. Luchov just comes out for another peek after surviving that, and he's got more one-taps for you as well.
Brother.
He is dead serious about winning this game.
Bomb has been planted.
Taps his way through Falcons like they're chumps. Those Desert Eagles not able to find enough. 1 frag on Max, that's it. Bottom mid noise offers Kyosuke a chance to swing out, and it's just a trap for Mayern to hold off on that lower push. DGT remains locked in on the doorways, force survivors again.
Dude, too, like, what are we talking about? Luchov has 16K.
Wow. Watch this.
Oh,
Wait for it. And... boop.
16K.
Bossman didn't even crack a smile.
No.
This is all business for 9Z. Not until that 13th round is added to the board. You know the ability of the team that sits across from you. You know their potential. But it is realizing that potential today that is currently eluding Falcons in this head-to-head.
Don't tell me that works.
Right to it. Mayern's op shot collects his 6th kill of the map as it is Monte bested in the op duel.
And that's got to be a turning point. He still sits on 6 ADR. That might be the first time Mayern has straight up out-opt him, and on Dust2 of all things.
In a head-to-head long duel.
Yeah, and they've been very careful about that. They haven't just exploded out long with 3 or fought in a messy, scrappy battle for map control. And Nico, he's kind of playing this risky, man. Kerrigan's going to walk up on this, but you don't really do this if you think someone's this close in the corner.
Yeah, you could see Kerrigan, or rather Nico, trying to kind of half clear it.
Oh, and Nico get the fall back. He's going for the repeat, and Max takes him out.
Of course he does. Luchov on the exit of the B side as well. That's the bomb still towards T-spawn. All options open, and not a single defender has walked away with a kill. We're not talking about pistols in this one. This was Team Falcons, full guns. And finally, Kyosuke posts a single frag for Falcons in the 10th round of play. 1 kill's all they get. This is a masterclass domination of Falcons out of 9Z.
Absolutely from everyone. It is a pure masterpiece. We've seen 9Z play some of their best maps historically on Dust2, some of their biggest wins. Max has always been calling. This might be their best. From the variety in the gameplay, the attacks that they've had, the tempo, every time they've mid-beat, every time they've full-on their lurks, the one time they've gone for a pick with the op, everything's been perfect. They're somehow making this look like it's totally impossible for Falcons. This really should not even be that difficult. Of all of the sides and maps that Falcons could play as a new team, and they've already shown us a CT side, Dust2, they should be incredibly comfortable here. There basically has just been no chance for them. The headline is turning into Falcons get embarrassed, but you've got to give MongolZ so much credit for what they've shown today. This is insane. I would argue Falcons have made small mistakes that have resulted in them getting to a 10-0 score line. It could have been like 2-8.
Three players to collect from inside CT spawn. They are forced to try this. Falcons feeling like a shell themselves. Deagle's finally collecting kills, just trying to keep this possible. But DGT is gonna bail him out. Gets active from long, Tech9 taps away. Nico finds his. But that bomb sits at 15 seconds, and DGT is gonna collect another one off of long. They are looking for another flawless half within this match versus the Falcons.
This is absolutely mental.
And we knew the struggles of Falcons were going to be on the T side, back on Nuke. That was kind of like the rumblings of things as we come into the series, and it comes to fruition again. And we can talk about how it's going to take time for Kerrigan to kind of really properly captain this ship. Mirage has our expectations upended as we tap back into the reality that is MongolZ's off potential, his dominance across that map, and the individual level Falcons had. Just felt like they were going to keep things simple. Dust2 out of nowhere here for MongolZ.
I mean, I even want to, you know, this is a moment where it's so emotional with how well they're doing, but just, you know, speaking more granularly about this map, the two things they took out were the full-on out-of-spawn long takes and cat full execs. They've taken that out entirely, and that's made this look so much more reliable. I feel like a lot of teams are trying to go for those two things, and it feels like they're throwing caution to the wind. Well, okay, here's Nico pushing off of Cat to call out their default. Bomb gets dropped in the middle of mid. And he's just staying up here. They're not going to assume, surely, that he sticks around. It's very risky by him.
Yeah, MongolZ's over his shoulder with that lower kill. And Waso and Luchov have nothing to lose in this 2 versus 5 attempt. You've got yourself a damn near perfect half. So try to set up this final blow. 12th round of a T-side on the table for the taking. As Luchov approaches, loses the card duel versus Kyosuke, however, and that's going to force HUASOPEEK to walk this out with no bomb possession. So a singular round for Falcons CT side. That is what they're going to try to walk away with, and it's based off of Nico. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah.
And the high spirits is something that Kerrigan has tried to bring to the camp, but I mean, this one's out of nowhere, Mo.
It's amazing. I mean, again, there's halves where you get totally embarrassed. I really feel like this is just like MongolZ, either life gaming here on Dust2. Falcons have made a couple of small errors, but they really can't keep up on any of the trades. The tempo, the calling's been better for MongolZ. Like, they'll get a chance to respond here, but now it's just totally RNG if they make this comeback. Like, they've got to guarantee a pistol. They've got to... They got to do this on the harder side, honestly.
MongolZ just ended that half with 18.8 ADR.
Insane. You know, maybe it's going to be... If there's going to be a comeback, it's MongolZ can take over T-side opping. That'll be one thing, but... And like how he was playing versus Mayer in the rest of the series, sure, maybe there's a chance, but to be honest, even Marin's shooting a little bit hotter right now.
Can't say I saw this one coming. Insta B execute here. Luchov busy with the hold.
Got it.
That's one, and now the door player, oh, he's collecting. It's a missed smoke thrown by Falcons. It landed outside of the bomb site. They whiffed their utility in a much-needed pistol, and that opens the door for the support.
The flank's in so fast. Actually, Kerrigan's got to be careful. He can get spotted.
Missed chance here from DGT. Mayern will collect the frag. They've got it. 12th round secured.
Oh.
You've got a much-needed pistol in front of you, and you whiff the smoke to try to give yourself a chance at actually making this comeback happen. Now we can pinpoint a fault here by Falcons.
And they're laughing. Okay.
Counter-terrorists win.
It's funny, I guess.
Just like that, the remaining two players starting to feel guaranteed as far as 9Z are concerned. Never wants to celebrate early, but at a 12-1, when it truly has felt like they can do no wrong.
Mayern's got an op already.
Coupled with the absence of all of the Falcons here on the Decider map.
Are these guys nuts? Do they not have a kit?
They do not have a kit. They've got an op.
They got an op.
And they've got the opening kill. Nico never sees that one coming.
Oh, no chance. You'd be ready for that.
Kyosuke 30 health scout. Monte on the walkout middle. Kyosuke's gonna get swept away by Luchov, and as Monte tries to chase it outwards, DGT looks to get into the play. But don't jump on it just yet. He will get bested by DGT. That's Tesses with the bomb out middle. And a cap play coming through from Kerrigan off of Desert Eagle, held still by Mayern. HUASOPEEK flanks, and 9Z will smother Falcons, securing themselves 3 matches to try and secure the playoffs. It is MOUZ, Spirit, FURIA, and 9Z in the 2-0 pool tomorrow.
Well, like Twister said, I can't make you a celebrity overnight, and Kerrigan is not going to fix Falcons overnight.